Jesus tells a parable about these two guys going to the temple. One, a religious guy. One, a publican. And he says that the Pharisee stood and prayed thus with himself, God, I thank thee that I'm not as other men are, extortioners, unjust, adulterers, or even as this publican. I fast twice in the week. I give tithes of all that I possess. And if we look at this guy's resume, this guy looks pretty good. He doesn't do any of the stuff he's not supposed to be doing. He makes sure that he's in the right place at the right time. He fasts twice a week. He pays tithes of all that he has. This is a good religious guy. And then Jesus turns our attention to the publican. And he says that the publican would not even look up to heaven, but just look down and beat upon his chest and said, God, be merciful to me, a sinner. This guy has nothing to offer. This guy's a wicked, low-down, rotten tax collector. This guy's a villain. And yet Jesus said, this man, meaning the publican, went down to his house justified. And he says, because every person who exalts themselves will be abased. And every person who abases themselves will be exalted. Because if you look closely at that story, here's the problem of the Pharisee. He says, look at what I've done. Look at how good I am. God, aren't you impressed by me? In fact, if you study the grammar closely, it says he prayed thus with himself. He wasn't even talking to God. He was just pumping himself up. Amen. And then you got this other guy that just goes, God, I'm a sinner. I'm sorry. Please have mercy. And literally comes to God on his knees. And God says, you're forgiven, you're righteous, it's over, it's done. Why? Because without humility, you can't be saved. And with humility, you can. Because salvation is about you saying, God is right, I am wrong. And I'm going to trust Jesus by faith.